Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is basically about the questions that I asked you to ask. If you had any on Instagram, Snapchat, basically social media platforms and things like that. But before this video begins, please make sure to give this video a big old like and subscribe to my channel. So let's get on with the video. So funny story, I actually have a lot of questions and I'm not gonna be able to get to all of them, but I'm just gonna pick and choose, ones that I guess I'm gonna answer and I'm gonna not answer. And if I didn't answer your question, I'm sorry, there were just a lot. And also, at first, I was going to say names and stuff like that, like, oh, this question's from da-da-da-da, but a lot of you guys actually asked, the same question, so I'm just going to ask the question in general. So, yep, now we're going to get on to the video. So, the first question is, how have you seen the Lord work in your everyday life? And for me, the way that I've seen God work is how I'm able to forgive somebody just automatically. They'll apologize. I'm like, oh, I already forgave you. And it's just so cool that I have no resentment for them. I'm holding no grudges. And I'm able to freely love them unconditionally like He would love. So we're called to love like He has loved us because He loved us first. So that's something really cool, I guess, that the Lord does in my everyday life. And the next question is, how long have you been going to VLC? So if you guys don't know, I go to Victory Life Church. And I think I've been going there for maybe 3-4 years. Technically a lot longer than that. I visited for a while, didn't really like it, but now I absolutely adore it. I love the people there. Definitely would check that out if you're in the South Florida area. But yeah, great place to go. And yeah, that's the story. What is your biggest insecurity? Now this question is something that really is close to my heart, and the big thing about Christianity for me is being vulnerable with other people, and just being open and honest. And one of my biggest insecurities is not being enough for somebody, never meeting their expectations. And I still struggle with that, but in the back of my mind, I know we're not here to please men because we could never fully satisfy them, but we're just here to please God, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, that is basically my biggest insecurity is, I feel like I'm not enough, and I feel like I have to please people all the time because I'm a big people pleaser. So yeah, don't do that. Please God, not men. Yeah. Okay, this question a bunch of people asked me, literally 5 people, and I was like, okay. And so it's what is something that annoys you? So something that annoys me is when people think that they're better than you and they put themselves on a pedestal and say, hey, excuse me, I'm cooler than you, I'm better than you, and there's nothing you can do about it. No. So, yeah, there's that, and there's also those people who, I don't know, who are serving or, you're volunteering for something, and you're complaining about it. I'm like, dude, if you don't want to be here, then please do everybody else a favor and just don't be here, because we don't need that kind of negativity. And I also am super annoyed when people are so negative, and I'm such a positive person in a way, but if they're so just constantly negative, yes, it's okay to be realistic sometimes, but at the same time, try. The answer's always gonna be no until you ask, so that's my mentality. So, most embarrassing moment. My most embarrassing moment is probably when I went into the men's bathroom, and I was 10. I wasn't paying attention, I was half asleep, and I went in there, and this guy, it was he was in the urinal area, and I was literally, I wanted to bleach my eyeballs out, and it was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. And the guy just winked at me and smiled at me, and I literally ran so fast out of that bathroom. I was so embarrassed and so ashamed. It was terrible. But yeah. And don't lie to me, guys. I'm sure some of you have done that too. So I also want to hear your most embarrassing moment, so put that in the comments down below. One thing that I wish I could change about myself. One thing that I wish I could change about myself is that I'm not really good at, like, letting go of people. Like, I let them kind of run all over me, which is not good. The next question is, like, who do I look up to? I look up to, I used to do Bible quiz, and my old coach, Miss Jody, she knows so much about the word. Her knowledge is just amazing, and she's so wise. And I love spending time with her. And she's just, like, all of my Bible knowledge and all my Bible memorization came from her and her teachings. And also another person I look up to is Lauren Leon. She actually mentors me. And literally, I cannot tell you guys how much I freaking adore her. So, Lauren, if you're watching this, love you. But yeah, they just really impacted me and changed my perspective of how I look at things. And they really have just showcased the love of Christ. This next question is so close to my heart. It says, why do you follow Jesus? I follow Jesus because he has breathed new life into me again. He took something that was ugly and something that was a mess and turned it into something beautiful. And he gave up his life for mine when I didn't even physically know him. I wasn't even born yet, and he died for sins of mine. And he had no sin, but it says in his word, he became sin for a man who had no sin, became sin for us, so that in him we can become the righteousness of God. And I think that that's so important to realize. And no matter what you can do, he's always going to love you regardless. And he loves you with an unconditional love, an agape love that's forever. And he has shown me my worth, and reading his word is something. He basically wrote a book about how much he loves me. He died on the cross, the most gruesome, crucial, painful death to ever exist up to this day, literally. For this last question I love, it's, how are you so comfortable in your bare skin? I've been trying, but it's so hard. I need advice, help. So, I'm actually not bare skin right now. I'm not wearing any concealer or foundation. I'm just wearing mascara, and I filled in my eyebrows. That's about it. So God just challenged me and was like, hey, I know you love putting on makeup. I know that it's fun and stuff like that, but I was in bondage to it. I realized I was addicted to it. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put on makeup before I go out. Oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. No, I was reading it, and God says you're altogether beautiful, and you don't need to wear makeup. And it's just a statement, because I know a lot of girls struggle with it. I don't have a problem with makeup. I love makeup. I'm not saying oh my gosh, don't wear makeup, too much makeup. No, it's fun, totally cool. But it becomes a problem when you feel like you have to put it on before you leave the house. So honestly, I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it until it became a habit of mine, and now I have no problem going out. So yeah, that's about it. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember, please give it a big old like and subscribe to my channel. And remember to be kind to someone today. Bye!